writer of FIRENZE capital. The boy was a pupil in 4th grade at primary school. He came from FIRENZE capital and was just 12 years old. He looked clever with black hair and white skin. He was the firstborn child of a pressman. His family was on a tight budget because his father's salary was too low to bring up many people. His father loved him very much, but he was strict with him about his study because now he was grown up. He must study hard and go to work to earn money for his family. His father was old and very anxious, so he looked older and weaker. Nevertheless, besides working at office, he still did other part-time jobs to earn more money. Every night, he kept late hours to work. He had just received a job to write newspaper ban. He could earn 3 liras for every 500 pages, but this job was so hard that he used to complain in the evening. My eyesight becomes too poor recently. Working at night is actually harmful for health. One day, his son said, "Father, I can write, so please let me help you do this job." His father answered, "No, you must study. Your duty at school must be much better than writing newspaper bans." "Thank you, but I don't want you to do it." Knowing that everything will not change the father's thought, he stopped convincing him and thought another way. One night, waiting until his father felt weary in his arms and went sleeping, the son lightly woke up and came to workroom. He lighted up the lamp and set a table to start to write fast. Piles of bands became higher than before. He counted up to 160 pages. This meant he could earn 1 more lira. He stopped writing and walked quietly to his bedroom. In the next day, his father said happily with him, "Julio, I have had better health than you thought. Last night, bands that I wrote for only 2 hours were more than every last day's up to a third. My hands are still swift, and my eyes are still sharp." Julio felt happy and said to himself, "Not only I could help to earn more money for my family, but also make my father happier. When he believed that he became younger, I must try harder." He did like that during 1 month in succession. Spending many sleepless nights made him tired. One night, he said nothing while studying. And the next day, his father scolded him. "You have recently changed much. You didn't do such a thing before. You should keep in your mind that our family's hope is placed in your future. I'm not satisfied with your action." Being scolded by father, he meant to stop writing from now on. But in the afternoon, when coming from the office, his father said happily that this month he earned more 32 liras than last month. His father bought a big package of candy to divide for the kids. His younger brothers and sisters clapped happily. Seeing that, he decided to continue to write like before and thought to himself, "I must try harder. During the day, I will study, and during the night, I will write to help making my father, my younger brothers and sisters happy." He wrote newspaper bans. During 4 months, he woke up in the night and felt tired in the day. During 4 months, his father tortured him. In the next 5th month, he decided to stop writing to restore his father's love. But at nightfall, he woke up out of habit. He saw again the calm atmosphere lastly at the workroom where he used to work behind his father's back for a long time. Lamp was lightened up. He stood near the table, seeing white newspaper bands that he never could write again, places and addresses that he knew by heart. Suddenly, he sat down to work. His hands touched the book and made it fall into the ground. He shuddered with fear. Oh no, what if his father woke up? He held his breath and listened attentively. But nothing happened. Completely silent. His family had a good sleep. He continued to keep in mind on writing as fast as the lining. At that time, he was not unaware that his father was still standing behind him. When hearing the book fall, he had stood still and walked stealthily. Right, his father was standing here, white hair banded down black hair. Right, his father was standing here, his eyes expressed love with the sun. Suddenly, Julio cried out one sound, and there were 2 hands trembling to hug his head. Hearing the sob violently, he knew that was his father. He said, "Father, please forgive me." His father kissed him. His tears fell down the forehead. "My beloved Julio, please do not be angry at me. I understood now. I am the one who has to say sorry." Then his father hugged him and brought him into his mother's bed and told her, "Kiss your son. He has sleepless nights for 4 months to work for me. I did not treat him right while he earned money for our family.